Hey y'all, you want to check out my cluckers? Celebration day, everyone. 4 weeks. I was able to keep 10 birds alive for 4 weeks. We won't talk about the ones that didn't make it. We won't talk about that. Today is a day of celebration. We're celebrating carefully counted tail feathers. We're celebrating our Ridgeback chickens. Shout out to my friend Krista, who raises Rhodesian Ridgebacks and shows them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but little Felicity, there it is, right there. Her little dorsal fin. That's what I've decided to call it. And then of course our other Ridgebacks. Just relaxing, are we? So yeah, everybody in here is doing great. It was actually a pretty laid back day. I didn't let them intermingle today because Felicity was just entirely too happy to be separated from the big chickens. I don't blame her because Fiddle is brutal. Fiddle and I kind of had it out today a little bit because I was trying to change the food, and whenever I pull the cover off of this food container, they lose their minds. Because I usually just dump it on the floor, because they will eat it. And they pick through the bedding anyway, so I'm like, well, I may as well put food in there. So I usually, when it gets pooped in, I just dump it on the floor and put fresh in there for them. Well, before I can get it dumped out, they're standing in it, they're pecking in it, they're being totally rude. So, Fiddle was being very belligerent. So, we had to have a little bit of time out today. Some time in the reflection cage. No, seriously, it was alright, but it was a little scary. So I'm really thinking that Fiddle might be a rooster. There's some, seems to be some aggressive nature, or maybe just an aggressive hen. Who knows? You know, we know how hens can be, right, ladies? All right, so we had two things that happened today. we had to make some provision today. This is very temporary, but if you'll take a look, you'll see why I had to do this. Criminal behavior right here. Mofo. What are you doing, Mofo JoJo? You can't do this, friend. This is dangerous. Danger bird. I know. Back in you go. So, that's going to have to be fixed. Goofball. I knew it was only a matter of time before we had a jailbreak, especially because of the way the heat lamp, the heat lamp is set up. I knew because they kept like stretching up to look and see if they thought it would be possible maybe to hop up there, especially the Fifi. She was giving it the eyeball. So I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. I expected to walk in here and just see a chicken flailing on the ground, having jumped to its death. But no, that didn't happen. I actually caught it before it got to that. Hopefully she would have jumped back in the enclosure and not tried to jump down. She may have survived it. Who knows? They may bounce. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And then we also started a trend today. The big chickens started a trend that we like to call the side hustle. You know, with this whole COVID thing and people like, you know, needing to find their alternative forms of employment, a lot of people, that's been a common thing now, is a side hustle. Well, the chickens have a different version of that, and this is what they do. So this is what we call the side hustle. Side hustle. It's one of the funnier things they do. And if you're ever wondering, why are there always chips in their water? Why every time she does a video there's chips in their water? That's why, right there. You see it. They're doing the side hustle. It's it's really funny. So yeah. Guilty party. Guilty of running a side hustle. Yeah, it's Fiddle, Faddle, and again Falco. They're quite the trio of birds. They it's nonstop entertainment. They're kind of funny in a crass way. Like they're not like, I don't know. It's kind of funny, haha, but then kind of funny, like, oh goodness, that's a little ruthless. Like where you the things you laugh at and then you feel bad about laughing at it. That's what these chickens are like. Like today when I got attacked. Okay, that might be a little bit of hyperbole, but it was attack-like. It was a mostly peaceful chicken attack. When that happened, you know, I kind of like, I laughed about it, but then I'm like, you know, if that would have been, if she was a bird of any size, that would have been, it could have been harmful. So, things to keep in mind, of course. Well, hello, Parabola. How are you? Oh goodness, gotta take a poo. It seems like that's her favorite thing to do on camera is take a poo. Every time I go to put the camera on her, she poops. So yeah, little Felicity's doing well. Fifi's doing good. Got Wi-Fi, and then Mofo. Mofo is funny. Again, there's a clown in every class, right? That would be Mofo. Mofo and Parabola. Parabola's a clown too. Parabola is very curious, probably the most curious of all. I would still say that Laddie ranks as most scared. She's the most skittish. Although the baby chicks, they've been through a lot this past week, and I think that it's taking its toll. Because as soon as I walk over there, they run. So I'm not sure what it is with them, but I think the black enclosure is really messing with them more than I had anticipated. I also noticed something interesting on Wi-Fi today, and I don't know if Wi-Fi has one black feather on the right wing that it's just a single black feather. And of course, you won't be able to see it. She was doing a wing, like when they stretch their wings, she was doing that yesterday, and I thought I saw it, and I was like, what? So again, I thought it may have been poo, you know? It's kind of like a UFO sighting. It could have been a bird, it could have been a hubcap, you know, could have been a UFO. Well, this was actually a black feather, one single black feather, which I thought was pretty cute. And then, yeah, so everybody's doing really good. I'm going to try to get down into to Cluckersburg and get some work done tomorrow. The weather's actually finally starting to cooperate. I heard the spring peepers 2 days ago. I was standing out on my front porch and I heard the spring peepers, and I was like, hallelujah, the time has finally come for this crazy weather to try to maybe normalize a little bit. The cold is not for me. The longer I've lived here, well, in this climate, we'll say, my entire life, and it just doesn't get any easier. I'm not a fan of the cold. So here we have the broccolips. It's going well. I've determined that the stuff in the cabbage patch, pretty sure that is More broccoli. There might be, maybe over here. That looks like it's coming up a little differently, but purple stem. There were some purple stems on these, but that's a little thicker. I think the stem on that looks a little thicker, maybe. There's some purple stems. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait till they come up a little more. Again, watch the previous videos if you wanted to hear that story. I'm not going through it again. It's painful. Emotionally traumatic. I've only got 3 cells that aren't growing anything green at this point. There's that one started today, and that one started today. So we only have a few left that actually don't have anything at all in it. I think it's 3. Yeah, that one. So doing well. I have, again, I've got all these ready to go. Yeah, where are you going? Where's it going? Nowhere. Alright, yeah, I'm going to get to it. I have all the mix and everything ready. There it is, see? It's all ready to go. So yeah, I you know, what do you get? There's so much. Natural and organic. Okay. Everything says natural and organic. I don't know what that means. I just need some freaking dirt that doesn't have chemicals or anything. I don't want Miracle Grow. I don't need a miracle. I just need some vegetables. So, and I think I'm okay. I can keep things alive somewhat. I mean, just not when it comes to poultry, apparently. I have trouble with birds. But we filled our feeders today. We filled the window feeders. I'm hoping that we get some visitors. It's dark outside right now, or I would show you, because you can't see them, but I have these really cool feeders that my wonderful upper management decided to gift me for being such a wonderful employee here at Camp Friendly Feather. He got me these bird feeders that are made of clear acrylic, so they suction cup to the windows, and you can watch the birds come up and eat out of them, and it is wonderful. Because I'm weird like that. Apparently not too weird. They seem to be a pretty good seller. But yes, so I got those set up today. I have one of them on the large window out front, so that that the big chickens can see any birds that might come up. I did notice the birds are tweeting again. So that is a very good sign as well. I've seen them buzzing around. They were gone for a while this winter, which is kind of strange. We usually have at least like cardinals and stuff roaming around, but there didn't seem to be very many birds at all this winter. So don't know. I don't know what's going on, but everything's good here. So 4 weeks, guys, 28 days and 14 days. These little guys are 14 days with me. I'd say probably maybe like 17 to 20 total days. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd say that's probably about right. And then we have 28 days here with the terrible 10. Yeah. These guys are doing really well, I think. I think everyone's doing quite well. So these are probably, I would like to say that they're like 32 to 37 days old. But man, I'm telling you what, if you watch yesterday's video where they were commiserating together, you can see that these birds are so much bigger than even the ones that didn't have any like thriving issues. Like, you know, we all know that poor little Felicity's had a time, and she's lucky to be alive. I'm just going to go ahead and say it out loud that if it wasn't for my expert care, oh, that's funny, she would not be alive. I feel the same with Parabola, although their compatriot did not make it. Parabol did perish, but look at those beautiful wings coming in. Man. Beautiful stuff, baby. Yeah, I just think that size difference, even with, say, Mofo, who didn't have any kind of thriving issues, she is still not as big as that hunk of meat right there. Look at that thing. It's like well-fed pigeon size, maybe bigger. And of course I know they're going to get bigger, but still, this bird cannot be more than 35 to 38 days old. And these can't be any younger than like 30 to 32. So that just seems really odd and off-putting to me. Little ridgebacks. So cute. Alright. Onward we go. Remember everybody, plant a garden and get some chickens. Stay safe.